There is a sentence of power that, when spoken with faith and conviction, becomes a magnet for great sums of money. This sentence is not mere words. It is a decree, a spiritual command backed by the authority of the divine within you. When you speak it, you are not begging for money, nor are you wishing in vain. You are claiming what is already yours in the invisible storehouse of abundance. We live in a world where every need is already supplied. The problem is never in the supply. It is in our acceptance. The moment you truly accept that the source of wealth flows freely to you, you open the gates for it to rush in. Your spoken word is the key that unlocks those gates. When you affirm with unshakable certainty that large sums of money come to you quickly, easily, and under grace, you give the universe its marching orders. The power lies in consistency and in the feeling behind your words. If you speak the sentence while still holding fear or doubt, you mix your order with confusion. But if you speak it with joy, gratitude, and expectation, you set in motion unseen forces that gather the wealth you have called for. Your voice vibrates through the ethers, drawing to you opportunities, connections, and divine ideas that lead to the manifestation of your desire. Money is energy, and it responds to energy. When you speak in harmony with the truth that wealth is your birthright, you align yourself with the very current that carries prosperity. Speak the sentence often, aloud with feeling, and then act as though the money is already on its way, because it is. The unseen delivery has already begun. Every time you speak it, imagine the joy of receiving, the relief of bills paid, the excitement of dreams funded. Let that vision expand as if you already hold the evidence in your hands. The universe moves swiftly for those who act in faith. Do not measure by appearances, measure by your inner knowing. The moment you declare it, the money is already yours in the unseen. The outer proof is simply catching up. Remember, you are not chasing money, you are summoning it by divine law. The law responds to your words, your tone, and your unwavering certainty. So, speak the sentence daily and watch the invisible become visible. Large sums of money are ready to flow into your life, and your word is the open door. Your words are commands to the universe. Every syllable you speak sends out a vibration that ripples through the unseen, shaping circumstances, moving people, and orchestrating events in alignment with what you have declared. You are far more powerful than you have been taught, for you are not simply a passive observer in life, you are a creator, and your primary tool of creation is your word. The universe hears not only the content of your sentences, but also the conviction, the tone, and the emotion behind them. When you speak with clarity and certainty, you release an energy that compels the invisible forces of life to respond. It is impossible to speak without creating. Every statement you make, whether casual or intentional, leaves an imprint in the creative substance that surrounds you. When your words are infused with faith, they have the strength of a decree, carrying the authority of the Spirit within you. Such words are not mere requests, they are commands that life must obey. The universe is impersonal, it does not choose for you. It reflects back to you what you have spoken and believed, for your word is law unto your own experience. The great error many make is to speak idle words of lack, fear, and limitation without realizing they are issuing orders for those very conditions to manifest. Saying, "I never have enough," or "things never work out for me," is not harmless venting. It is a creative act, one that instructs the universe to deliver more lack and disappointment. Every word spoken is like planting a seed in the fertile soil of creation. Seeds of faith produce abundance, seeds of doubt yield struggle. This is why the wise are careful with their language, guarding their speech as they would a precious treasure. When you understand that your word is a command, you begin to speak with greater intention. You no longer declare what you do not want. Instead, you speak only that which aligns with the life you wish to see. If you desire prosperity, you declare, "Wealth flows to me in perfect ways." If you seek health, you affirm, "Every cell of my body is radiant with life and strength." These are not empty affirmations. They are orders to the universe, backed by the authority of the Creator within you. Spoken often and with feeling, they send forth a vibration that gathers the necessary resources, ideas, and connections to fulfill your decree. The universe is a perfect listener. It does not forget your commands, and it does not fail to deliver. What sometimes appears as delay is simply the time needed for the outer world to rearrange itself in accordance with your spoken word. During this period, your task is to hold your declaration firm, never contradicting it with fear-based speech. Consistency is the mark of true authority. You do not plant a seed and then dig it up to see if it is growing. Likewise, you do not cancel your command with words of doubt. Speaking as a creator requires a shift from casual speech to conscious speech. It means catching yourself before uttering words that weaken your position. It means speaking life, speaking victory, and speaking abundance until it becomes your natural language. When your speech is aligned with your desires, the universe has no choice but to comply. Life is a mirror that reflects your declarations back to you. Speak as one who knows the power they carry, and you will find that the world responds as a faithful servant to the voice of its master. The supply already exists. All that you could ever need, desire, or imagine is already present in the infinite storehouse of the universe. Nothing is missing, nothing is lacking, nothing needs to be created from scratch. It is all here now in the invisible realm, waiting for you to call it into form. The great truth is that the universe operates from a place of completion, not scarcity. You are not trying to make something happen out of nothing. You are aligning yourself with what has already been prepared for you. The abundance you seek is as real as the air you breathe, and just like the air, it surrounds you in full measure at all times. We often fall into the illusion of lack because we judge by appearances. We look at our bank account, our surroundings, or our current circumstances and assume that these visible facts define reality. But appearances are temporary shadows of a deeper truth. The truth is that the spiritual supply, the unseen substance of wealth, health, opportunity, and joy, is infinite and unending. Just as the ocean does not run dry when you take a cup of water from it, the storehouse of the universe is not diminished when you receive from it. Your receiving does not deprive another, for the source is limitless. This supply exists in the realm of ideas, opportunities, and connections. It exists in divine inspiration that leads you to the right action at the right time. It exists as stored up good that is released the moment you are in a state to receive it. The very fact that you have a desire is evidence that its fulfillment already exists in potential form. Desire is the seed, fulfillment is the harvest. The universe does not give you hunger without food, thirst without water, or a dream without the means to fulfill it. The supply is always there first, awaiting your recognition. To experience this supply, you must shift your focus from the seen to the unseen. When you only measure life by what your senses tell you, you limit yourself to the smallest portion of reality. The moment you accept that the invisible is more powerful than the visible, you open the gates for your good to pour forth. You begin to live from a place of expectation rather than worry, from faith rather than doubt. You stop pleading for provision and instead start thanking for what is already yours in the invisible. Gratitude is the language that calls the unseen into the seen. The supply does not come from one limited channel. It flows through countless avenues. If one door closes, another opens, because the source is never dependent on one person, one job, or one opportunity to deliver your good. The river of supply is always moving, always finding a way to reach you if you remain open and receptive. Your role is not to force the flow, but to remove the dams of fear, doubt, and unworthiness that block it. When you truly understand that the supply already exists, you stop chasing, begging, and striving. You begin to rest in the certainty that what you seek is already yours and is moving toward you in perfect timing. You take inspired action without desperation, knowing that every step you take is simply a meeting point with what is already prepared. The treasure house of the universe is full, and its abundance is your inheritance. The more you believe in its reality, the faster it becomes visible in your life. Feeling powers manifestation because it is the emotional energy behind your words and thoughts that gives them life. Thoughts are like seeds, but feelings are the fertile soil that determines whether those seeds grow into reality. You may speak affirmations or visualize your desires, but if they are accompanied by feelings of doubt, fear, or lack, the energy you send into the universe is divided. Manifestation is not powered by empty repetition. It is powered by the depth of emotion you pour into your belief. When you feel something strongly, you impress it upon your subconscious mind, and your subconscious is what directs the creative forces of life to bring your vision into form. Feelings are magnetic. They radiate a frequency that draws matching experiences into your life. Joy attracts more joy, gratitude draws more blessings, and confidence calls forth opportunities. Likewise, worry attracts more situations to worry about, and resentment attracts more reasons to be resentful. This is why simply thinking about what you want is not enough. You must feel it as if it is already here. The stronger and purer the emotion, the faster it takes shape in your reality. When your heart and mind are in agreement, the universe moves swiftly to fulfill your desire. Imagination is the tool that helps you generate the right feelings. When you vividly imagine holding the keys to your new home, walking into your dream office, or seeing your bank account overflowing, your subconscious does not distinguish between imagination and reality. It takes it as truth. The feelings you generate in that moment send a clear signal to the universe. This is who I am now. This is my reality. Your outer world then begins to rearrange itself to match that inner conviction. The power of feeling also explains why gratitude is such a potent force for manifestation. Gratitude is not just polite words. It is a deep emotional recognition that something good has already happened for you. When you give thanks in advance for your desires, you bridge the gap between wanting and having. You shift from longing to ownership, from I hope to I know. This shift in feeling is what causes manifestations to accelerate, because you are no longer asking from a place of lack. You are affirming from a place of abundance. Many people unknowingly block their manifestations because they focus more on the absence of what they want than on the joy of receiving it. They say, I want wealth, but they feel lack. They say, I want love, but they feel loneliness. The universe responds to the dominant vibration, and that vibration is determined by what you feel most of the time. This is why it is essential to nurture emotions that match the life you want to live. If you desire freedom, practice feeling free in small ways now. If you desire luxury, allow yourself moments of luxury now, even in simple forms. These feelings act as a signal that you are ready to receive more. Feeling powers manifestation because it connects your inner vision with the universal law of attraction in a way that pure thought cannot. It makes your desire vivid, alive, and undeniable. It pushes past logical resistance and speaks directly to the creative power of the subconscious mind. When your words, thoughts, and feelings are in perfect harmony, you become a force of creation that nothing can resist. Your emotions are the bridge between the invisible and the visible, the whisper that becomes a shout in the language of the universe. The more you cultivate feelings that match your desired reality, the more quickly that reality steps forward to meet you. Money is energy, and like all forms of energy, it flows where it is invited, respected, and aligned with. It is not just paper bills or numbers in a bank account. It is a representation of value, exchange, and the flow of life itself. When you think of money as something solid and scarce, you limit your ability to attract it. But when you see it as energy, something that moves, circulates, and responds to vibration, you begin to understand how to align yourself with its flow. Money responds to the frequency you radiate. If your energy is rooted in fear, scarcity, or resentment, you repel it. If your energy is anchored in abundance, gratitude, and openness, you draw it toward you naturally. Just like electricity, money flows through channels. These channels can be jobs, businesses, investments, or unexpected opportunities, but the source of money is never the channel itself. The source is the infinite energy of the universe, and the channels are simply the paths through which that energy reaches you. When one channel closes, another can open instantly because the energy itself is unlimited. Those who understand this truth never panic over one stream ending. They simply remain in the vibration that attracts new streams. Because money is energy, your thoughts and emotions about it create a magnetic pull. When you feel joy, excitement, and gratitude toward money, you strengthen your energetic relationship with it. When you fear losing it, hate it, or feel unworthy of it, you create energetic resistance. The universe responds to your dominant energy, not your occasional hopeful thought. This is why cultivating a positive, respectful relationship with money is vital. Think of it as a friend. It wants to be around people who appreciate it, handle it well, and allow it to circulate rather than hoard it in fear. Circulation is one of the keys to understanding money as energy. Energy must move to stay alive. When you allow money to flow through wise spending, giving, and investing, you keep yourself in harmony with the universal law of circulation. This does not mean spending recklessly. It means trusting that as money flows out, it also flows in. Fear-based hoarding disrupts the flow, while confident circulation keeps the energy vibrant and abundant. Because it is energy, money also reflects the energy you bring to your work and life. People who approach their endeavors with passion, creativity, and genuine service often find that money flows to them more easily because they are radiating high-value energy that attracts compensation. Those who operate from resentment or obligation often notice stagnation because the energy they are sending out does not inspire return. The vibration you hold while earning money is just as important as the amount you earn. When you truly embrace that money is energy, you begin to interact with it differently. You stop chasing it from a place of desperation and start aligning with it from a place of certainty. You begin to see opportunities where before you saw dead ends. You treat every transaction as an exchange of energy rather than a loss. You understand that wealth is not something you force. It is something you harmonize with. By raising your vibration through gratitude, joy, and trust, you naturally draw in the financial abundance that matches your energy. Money, like all energy, seeks flow, balance, and alignment, and when you live in that state, it cannot help but find its way to you. Act as though it's already here, because the way you behave before something arrives determines how quickly and smoothly it manifests. The universe responds to certainty, not to wishful hoping. When you carry yourself, make decisions, and think thoughts as if your desire has already been fulfilled, You align with the vibration of having rather than the vibration of lack. This alignment signals to the subconscious mind and to the unseen forces around you that your new reality is not something in the future. It is your present truth. And when the present truth is firmly established within you, the outer world rearranges itself to reflect it. Acting as though it's already here is not pretending in the sense of self-deception. It is embodying the feeling and behavior of the fulfilled state before physical evidence appears. If you are manifesting wealth, you may not spend recklessly, but you will handle your current money with the confidence and gratitude of a wealthy person. You will make choices from abundance rather than fear. If you are manifesting love, you will create space in your life for that relationship. Live as someone worthy of deep affection and allow joy into your daily routine as if your partner were already by your side. This practice bridges the gap between desire and manifestation because it bypasses the doubt that often creeps in while waiting. When you behave as though it's already yours, your mind becomes accustomed to the new reality. You no longer send out mixed signals of "I want it, but I don't have it." Instead, you radiate the clear frequency of "I have it now," which the universe mirrors back to you. The outer manifestation becomes a natural continuation of your inner state rather than a distant goal. Living this way also changes your decision making. When you think from your fulfilled state, you make bolder, more aligned choices. You stop playing small, stop hesitating, and begin taking inspired action that matches your vision. This is the point where opportunities begin to appear, often in ways that seem like coincidence, but are really the natural result of your shift in energy. Acting as though it's already here pulls you out of waiting mode and into creation mode. Your emotions become your compass in this process. The goal is to consistently feel the gratitude, joy, and relief you would experience if your desire were already a fact. These feelings anchor you in the state of having, and that state is what draws the physical form to you. Even if external circumstances have not yet caught up, your emotional alignment speeds the process. The more real it feels inside, the faster it becomes real outside. Skeptics may see this as daydreaming, but there is a difference. Daydreaming is passive. Acting as though it's already here is active. It means taking steps in the direction of your vision while holding the emotional certainty of its fulfillment. You are not idly wishing. You are living in harmony with your desired reality and making it inevitable through your thoughts, words, and actions. When you consistently hold yourself in the energy of the fulfilled desire, the universe has no choice but to reflect it back to you. Acting as though it's already here is not just a technique. It is a declaration of trust, a signal that you know your good is already yours. And in that trust, doors open, resources appear, and the invisible becomes visible in perfect timing. Consistency brings results because the universe responds most powerfully to steady, unwavering energy. Every thought, word, and action you send out carries a vibration, and when that vibration is repeated over time, it gains strength, momentum, and magnetism. A single affirmation spoken once may plant a seed, but it is the daily nurturing of that seed through consistent thought and feeling that allows it to grow into visible form. Manifestation is not usually about one grand gesture. It is about the continual alignment of your energy with your desire until it becomes inevitable. When you are consistent, you show the universe that you truly mean what you declare. If one day you affirm abundance and the next you speak words of lack, you send mixed signals into the creative field. This dilutes the energy and slows the results, but when your thoughts, words, and actions remain aligned day after day, you create a clear channel for your desire to flow through. The law of attraction operates much like a tuning fork. It responds best when your frequency is steady rather than erratic. Consistency also builds faith within yourself. Each time you repeat an affirmation, visualize your desire, or take aligned action, you strengthen your inner conviction that what you want is coming. This repetition imprints the subconscious mind, which is the real creative powerhouse. The subconscious works through patterns, and consistency creates the pattern of "this is my truth." Once that pattern is firmly established, your outer world adjusts to match it. Think of a river carving through rock. It does not do so in a single moment of force. It shapes the rock through steady, persistent flow. In the same way, your repeated alignment gradually shapes the circumstances of your life. Even when you cannot yet see the changes, the energy is building behind the scenes. Consistency ensures that this energy is not scattered but focused, allowing it to manifest more quickly and in greater measure. Remaining consistent is especially important during periods when it appears that nothing is happening. Many people give up too soon because they mistake the lack of visible progress for a lack of movement. In truth, the unseen work of manifestation often happens first, with results appearing later. If you abandon your practice at this stage, you interrupt the process and have to rebuild momentum again. Steadfastness during these quiet periods is often what separates those who manifest from those who only wish. Consistency is not about force or strain. It is about showing up daily with a calm, steady knowing. It might be as simple as spending a few minutes each morning affirming your wealth, visualizing your success, or acting in small ways that align with your desired reality. Over time, these small, repeated acts weave a powerful, energetic pattern that the universe cannot ignore. By being consistent, you also train your own nervous system to feel safe in your new reality. Sudden, drastic shifts can trigger resistance or fear, but gradual, steady alignment allows your mind and body to adapt naturally. As you continue to hold your vision, you build trust in yourself and in the process, and that trust becomes the fertile ground where your manifestations take root and flourish. The truth is, the universe rewards persistence. It responds to the vibration you hold most of the time, not the one you touch briefly and then abandon. Consistency is the bridge between desire and fulfillment, the steady heartbeat that keeps your manifestation alive until it takes shape in the physical world. So now the power rests in your hands and in your voice. The moment you speak this sentence with conviction, you set in motion currents that cannot be stopped. Do not wait for signs to give you permission to believe. Believe now, and the signs will follow. Speak it morning and night. Speak it when you rise and before you sleep. Speak it until the words feel like the very truth of who you are. Large sums of money are not a distant dream. They are moving toward you even now, drawn by the magnetic pull of your unwavering declaration. Hold your head high. Open your heart wide and let your voice command the wealth that is already yours. The universe is listening, and it always answers.